Hey guys, Tony here again. I just want to say thanks on the last video for all the likes, and I got a lot of comments and private messages related to doing some more videos in the golf cart. So today I thought I would do a brake adjustment. A few people have asked about putting on new brakes or adjusting them on this Ezgo golf cart. So today's video is going to be on the 2001 Ezgo TXT gas golf cart. It's going to be the rear brakes. And it's very similar and or the same on most models ranging from 98, 97 to 2013. Don't quote me on that, but that's a pretty close year range for these golf carts. So give me a second to get some tools together, and I'm going to show you how to adjust the brakes. All right, now I took the time here to get the golf cart all jacked up. I'm not going to go over the process to do that. But I'm going to start here obviously with taking off the wheels. So if you give me a second, I'm going to get my impact on here, get the wheels off. For the others of you that don't know, that's a 19 millimeter wheel nuts. They might be a little different if you have the stock wheels. These are aftermarket wheels, but give me a minute to get the wheels off and we'll keep going. All right, I'm back, guys. Now I'm going to show you the process to adjust these brakes. I got a little headlamp here to try to get in here and help you see a little bit better as I do this, and I'll go through this step by step to make sure you understand it. So the first thing we did obviously was jack the car up, took the tires off, and now we're going to get down to the brake drum. All right guys, I'm back. Now I'm going to show you how to get these brakes adjusted. For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to take the brake drum off and look at the pads. I know the pads are already good because I've already changed those pads, and I'll show you that in a different video. If your brakes aren't working too good, you'll probably want to make sure your pads are good before you do the adjustment. And to do that, you take off this nut, which holds the hub on, and then you would loosen the adjustment on the brakes, and you can pull the drum off and look at the pads. Again, I'll do that in a different video, but today's purpose is really just a brake adjustment if you know that your brakes are good or you're just getting done replacing them. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So once you get the wheel off, do a quick inspection, you spin the hub around, you'll see here there's zero drag on that brake drum with the pads. So that's a brake setup that doesn't have a great adjustment. They're not going to work that well because the pad has to reach too far to grab the drum. So you're going to see that there's a circle cut out here in this brake drum. This is the brake drum. The pads are on the inside and they push up against here. The pads are, and when you press the brake, they expand and they push against this drum, and that's what stops the vehicle. This is an older setup. It's a drum brake. Most new vehicles have the four-wheel disc brakes. This is a drum setup. It's a little bit different. It works with brake shoes instead of pads, and it works on a spring system. So you'll have your inspection hole here, which is also your adjustment hole where you're going to adjust the brakes. So if you move it around, you're going to have a hard time seeing in it with this video because there's just not enough light. But you can inspect your brake shoes here, make sure you don't have any problems. But again, I'm just going to show you how to adjust them. So one of the things you're going to do is you're going to move this drum around to the bottom until you see the star adjuster. Now right where I have it positioned is where the star adjuster is, and it's very dark in here, so I'm going to try to show you on here. You can see there's a little goldish star right there. I'm going to try to put some light on it so you can see it a little better. Again, doing this on my phone, not with a camera, so it's a little bit harder. I want to get the right amount of light so you can see it. So you're going to see right there, there's a little silver adjuster, and it's got teeth on it. You'll see it right there. Sorry, I'm going to get it in there again so you can see it. Right there. I've got this lined up perfectly so you can see the teeth. And that right there is an adjuster. That spreads the pads open and shut. And that gives you the adjustment on the brake. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to line it up one more time. You can see it through there. And you can use a flat-headed screwdriver, which is what I'm going to use, or you can use what they call a brake spoon to adjust it. My brake spoon is a little wider than this hole, so it's not going to work, so I'm just going to use the flat head. So one thing to keep in mind is the object here is to move the star in the direction that is pushing the pads out so they'll grab against the brake drum. Okay, the pads, again, are on the inside, and they're sitting in here, and when you press the brake, they open this way and push against here to stop the vehicle. So we want to expand the pads, which is going to give you the right adjustment for the right brake pedal. So let me get that on the right position, and I will show you how to do that. So on this particular vehicle, this 2001 Ezgo golf cart, we're going to actually take that star adjuster. You see that little gold star adjuster? It's a circle, and we're gonna turn it up like this and keep turning it up, and that's gonna expand the pads. If you turn it down, it's gonna draw the pads in, which is not gonna give you any drag and the wrong adjustment. So let me do that a few times so you can see. So you'll just stick the screwdriver in like I am here. You'll grab it, and you'll feel it, and you can see it. I know it's hard to see it in the video, but you're gonna go up with it maybe 4 or 5 clicks, and then give it a bang, and then you're gonna wanna try to move it around. So you'll see here, it's really grabbing now as opposed to what it was doing. So I like to have a little bit of a grab. When you get the tire on there, it's gonna move a little bit more freely. This is how I like to get mine adjusted right. So there's just a little bit of drag on it, and that'll give you a good adjustment to get a good brake pedal and stop. If that were too tight, let me adjust that a little bit more, and I'll kind of show you what too tight looks like. So I've got a few more clicks on it. You'll see here I went up a couple more, and I'm turning it as hard as I can. You can see the camera shaking, and I can't get that to move. So obviously you don't want your brakes to be that tight. You're just gonna ruin your pads, and you're not gonna get anywhere. So we'll move that the opposite direction, which is pushing the star down, okay? And that'll loosen up the pads. And I'm gonna need to go a little bit more because I tightened it a little too much. So let me get a little bit more on there and get rid of it. Okay, there we go. Loosen it up a little bit, and I'm gonna give that a little tad bit more tension. I like it a little bit more. Try it right there. That's perfect for me when I get the tire on there. Everybody likes to do it a little bit different. I've been doing this for 22 years, and that's where I like it. It's worked well for me. So if anyone else has a better way of doing it, feel free to leave a comment. And again, this is just my opinion, the way that I do it. So this side's done. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna throw the wheel back on there, and then I'm gonna go to the other side, and I'll do the same thing to give you a little bit more practice. So stand by for 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm on the driver's side now. And you'll see here, really you got no drag on this brake. They're not adjusted properly, and you're not gonna get a good brake pedal with that. So again, what you wanna do is look for the inspection hole and the adjusting hole, and then you wanna look around your pad. So I'm gonna try to get my headlamp in there so you can see. And you'll see you got some springs in there. Move it around. You wanna look for the adjuster. So I got the adjuster right there. So I wanna try to see if you can see it there. I'm gonna take off my headlamp and see if I can get that a little bit more light for you to see it. It's gonna be hard to get in there, guys. I apologize for that. I gotta get a better camera. But you're gonna see the star adjuster is in there. Should be able to see it now. Right there gives you the angle. You can see the star adjuster right there. It just looks like a washer with about 20 little niblets on it, and that is where you adjust it with a screwdriver. So apologize for not being able to get a good piece of light in there. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab my screwdriver and I'll show you how to adjust it. Okay, I'm back, and there you go. There you'll see I have the star adjuster right there. You can see a glimpse of it. So I'm just gonna grab my screwdriver now, and if you remember which way you have to go, you gotta go on this particular one. It's the opposite side, so you'll go down. You just wanna move that a couple of times. And then again, test it. Well, there's not enough drag on it, so we're gonna keep going and adjust it a little bit more. See, this one's moving a little bit more. So let's get a little bit more on it. You'll see there, now we have a little bit more drag on it. Again, that's about where I like it. Once you get the tire on there, a little bit more. And that's about it. So that's the brake adjustment. So let me go over kind of the procedure, what we did here, and go over some of the tools that we used. Give me 1 second. Hey guys, Tony back here again. So really to look at this process, we really just jack the golf cart up in the rear, secure the front, get the wheels off. You'll need a flat bladed screwdriver, a 19 millimeter to remove the wheels, and that's all you need for tools in this adjustment. So let me just kind of we got an impact with a 19, we've got a flat screwdriver, and I used a headlamp. Doesn't take very many tools to get this job done. Hope you liked the video. If you got any questions, leave the comments, and like and subscribe. Next video I think is going to be my my new truck review on my 2020 Ram 2500 diesel. So I'll get that out here in the next few weeks and see if you like that video also. If there's anything you want to see around the house, feel free to hit me up and I'll do a video. Take care. Tony out.